Where the drugs are concerned and alcohol, they do seem to open a window for you. They do seem to broaden the vistas. At first. The thing you have to do is learn when, it's like all these great writers who became drinkers. You have to sort of, I find with pot, I'm not a big drug user anymore, but I have always a joint somewhere near me.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Might be hidden.
Hola mi gente, hey guys, welcome to my channel Flavor. The flavor today is George Carlin. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any future videos. So, without any further ado, let's take a look at George Carlin.
What's it like just opening up? I never heard the George Carlin horror stories.
Well, I did an awful lot of cocaine during the 70s. When I did that stuff, I did tons of it. Yeah, tons. Yeah, well, you knew that shit. And I just would get out there, and my jaw wouldn't work. You know how lots of
I know crackheads whose jaws don't work.
you like that, man. And you know what you're thinking is good. Fortunately, they liked me, and they would wait.
Okay, now, one of your biggest things ever was the 7 words you can never say on television. It was
7 words.
Piss, shit.
You want the right order?
What was the order?
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
Yes, sir!
Picasso never had to do morning shows in Albuquerque,
right.
And
the only way I can do this is to go where the people are. They will not come to my house. We've offered bus rides and everything. They will not come. You know why I have all that inconsistent stuff? Because it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit to start with. They can talk about fucking. You can talk about fucking. You can say, you're gonna, and everybody goes, I know what he's talking about. Or in the newspaper, they can say F ... Well, everybody knows what it means, so the thought has been conveyed, and that's all language is. And I don't say fuck. It's a family newspaper. How do you think the family got started? Fucking. And I hardly touch it. Maybe once a month. That would be frequent for me. But when I'm writing something, and I write perfectly straight, perfectly sober, and I write a whole lot of stuff, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages, and I really pour it out, the next day, one hit is all I need now. One hit, and it's punch-up time. Time to get this thing going. But some of the people who had so much edgy promise, they died young. I mean, Lenny Bruce, Sam Kinison, Andy Kaufman in his way,
Sure.
Freddie Prinze, John Belushi, Bill Hicks.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know, of course Bill had a natural disorder of his own, I think so did Andy, but it's not always behavior, but sometimes it's just genetic.
Now, where do you get your acid from?
That's nice.
I want the good stuff.
I don't need it anymore because
okay.
it's a self-limiting drug. It's the kind of drug that you take it a few times and it tells you, that's enough, we're cool, now we're happening. And that's what happened to me.
As opposed to
shit like this and shit like that. And
like this?
Yeah. Well, sometimes you shoot up directly in the neck to get it to your head quicker.
Or so you hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so you hear. Watch it now, Chris Rock.
Were your parents put off by the direction that you went into when you started to go counterculture? Was it a difficult transition for them to watch?
Well, he was out of the picture. He was brilliant, and he was a top salesman in advertising, but he couldn't metabolize ethanol efficiently. So he was given his hat. My mother was very brave. She left him. I was 2 months old, and my brother was 5 years, and she left down a fire escape. So he was gone. My mother was very kind of
Fire escape.
controlling. That big lane thing.
There's this thing you do, and then there's that other shit.
That's right.
Other shit.
I lived through, listen, the hardest years of my life were the 3 or 4 years when I was doing straight mainstream bullshit television shows because I thought I wanted to be like a Danny Kaye or something. My dream from a kid was still like that. I wanted to be in the movies and go like this for people. And I didn't know that my head,
like this?
I didn't know my head was different. I didn't understand that. I thought if I thought about it at 9 years of age, it must still be valid when I'm 21. But it wasn't, and I finally, boom, that clicked in from the acid. Thank God for acid. And so when I went in that direction at first, very opposed. Until one day we lived on the same street that I grew up, that I went to school in. I went to school on the same block I lived on, something like that. Corpus Christi School, and the nuns were great. It wasn't a typical Catholic school. It was an experimental progressive school that didn't have grades, didn't have any sort of corporal punishment. It was just very, very wonderful school. And the nuns, she would see the nuns in the street and they would say, oh, we saw George on the Tonight Show. And she, being a bit of an actress, she would say, oh, it's the awful language, sister, the awful language. No, you don't understand. He's using it for other purposes. He's not just doing it for that. It's kind of like part of what he does. Don't you understand? It's this and that and so forth. So she said, oh. And from that day on, she was okay with it because the church had approved it.
Because the non-church convinced her. Church approved it. That's the only reason. Because the church approved it.
This, so to say, extended family of people who feel like you're their cousin. You know, it's like, Georgie, 1961, I saw you. Hey, remember that? Yeah. Oh, and you know what you said? And I said, did I? Oh, yeah. So it's, it's just great. And so cumulatively you say, well, I guess I'm in the family. I guess it's okay.
Yeah. Do you think, does it boil down?
Well, you can talk about something, but you can't joke about it. Say you can't joke about something because it's not funny. Comedians run into that shit all the time. Like rape. They'll say, you can't joke about rape. Rape's not funny. I say, fuck you. I think it's hilarious. How do you like that? I can prove to you that rape is funny. Picture Porky Pig raping Elmer Fudd. See? Hey, why do you think they call him Porky, huh?
Oh,
I know what you're going to say. Elmer was asking for it. Elmer was coming on to Porky. Porky couldn't help himself. He got a hard on. He got horny. He lost control. He went out of his mind. A lot of men talk like that. A lot of men think that way. They think it's the woman's fault. They like to blame the rape on the woman. Say, hey, she had it coming. She was wearing a short skirt. These guys think women ought to go to prison for being cock teasers. Don't seem fair to me. Don't seem right. But you can joke about it.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any future videos. Until next time, deuces.
Won't you rub your fingers